Hello everyone, this is Jen with Dreamz Etc. And I'm really excited to show you my latest collection, which is Floral Dreamz. This collection I designed primarily to make planners or journals with. However, again, you can use these designs in creating cards or mixed media projects, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a planner with it. And this is what I have done so far. So what I thought I would do is to show you a preview of some of what comes in the collection. Okay, so to start off with, what I'm going to do is I purchased this planner, which was a Martha Stewart planner. I got it at Staples. The reason I got the Martha Stewart planner was because I liked the size. It was an 8.5 by 11 size, which is what I wanted because I wanted the biggest planner that I could possibly get. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all of the lined papers that came with it, and these just snap out of there like that. And then I'm going to use my cinch punch to create the holes, and then I'll use my scissors to create the little slits that I need to insert my pages. And I will do another video to show how to do all of that and how I will be creating my planner and putting it all together. And one of the things that I would like to point out is before you go and print out your papers, the one thing that you're going to want to do is figure out how you want to lay your planner out. Decided that what I'm going to do is I'll probably put on the back side of my weekly more of the daily notes. So it would look like this. I would have my daily notes on this side, and then you flip it over and I would have the start of my week at a glance. And then on the back side of this, I'm going to print out the next week. And then I'll have this, and on the back side of this, I will put the start of the following week, and so or when you get to the last week, so let's say you're on, week 4 and there's no more weeks in that month, and you're at the end, on the back side of this, what I will probably put is the start of my monthly calendar. So I'd have this on my weekly, the last part of my weekly on this side, and then I would have the start of my monthly on the other side. So that's kind of an example of, what you want to figure out before you go printing out everything. You want to know how you're going to lay your planner out. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do the preview of the papers that come in the collection. Okay, there's one of the daily note pages. Here's the week at a glance. Here is important dates and note to self. And when I created these, I put these little borders here that you'll see on the side. So you'll cut down here, and then you can punch through the border, so you're not going into any of your numbers here on the side or through date and so forth. So that's why I have it designed this way with these borders, so you can punch your holes through the borders. Okay, there's the monthly calendar for January. And going back to double-sided printing, on the dividers, for example, when you purchase these, you'll see that there's 2 files for February. And when I designed these, I had to do mirror images for the front to the back, so that when you print it and then you do the other side, everything matches up. It all lines up evenly. It might be a little off depending how your printer grabs the sheet when it goes to feed it through. It might cause it to be a little off, but for the most part it will line up perfectly, and then you'll just trim it as needed. And here's some of the journal cards. And on the back of these, I'll probably just do lines, again, so I have room to do notes or journaling. And here's one of the borders that I was talking about. You can cut this out and you can attach it to the bottom of one of the dividers. Here's one of the important dates and the note to self sheets. And I tried to coordinate everything according to the month. So of course Valentine's Day for February, so you see hearts and love, and the colors red, pink, and for you know, March, which is coming up here soon, I have the pastels, the spring colors. This is the week at a glance for February. And there's the monthly calendar. Here's the March divider. The other thing that you might notice with mine, I printed all of this out to do as a proof, to proof everything and make sure everything looked good. And the one thing I noticed is all of my tabs were in the middle. So if you do go to purchase the dividers, you will notice in the listing that the tabs are staggered. So they will differ from what I'm showing you. The tabs will be staggered. But for my own use, I just left them with as they were, with having the tabs all in the middle. And then here's one of the accomplishment sheets. I didn't print out each one, but this is what they look like. And what I did with mine is on the section that shows the borders, like this is a border and it will appear here. I just decided to take the micropore surgical tape, which I pulled from here, and I laid a piece of it down here, and then I printed it onto my paper. And one thing I noticed is it's best if you can print, if you're going to do the washi tape, if you can print it on a glossy sheen paper, because the tape will pull off the paper a lot easier if the paper has some slip to it. But here is, if I can get this, here is one of the pieces of tape that I already pulled off. So this was like this on the paper, and then you just pull it off, and then you will have your washi tape that you can use to decorate your planner pages with, or your journal, whichever you choose to do. And there's the week at a glance for March. And this is the important dates and the note to self. And here's an example of where I just applied a piece of the washi tape just for demonstration to show what it would look like once it's applied down onto the paper. And there's March, the March calendar. Here's the April divider. Here's more journal cards. And daily notes. the week at a glance, which I'm not sure what I have going on. Here we go. And important dates. And if you notice on the back side of my monthly calendars, what I did is I just took decorative one-sided cardstock that I had on hand, and I printed the white side with my designs. So on the back I'd have the decorative design, because I wasn't sure at the time how I was going to put all this together. So I just did it on the one-sided decorative cardstock, so I'd have something, you know, on the back other than just white showing. There's the May divider. And the weekly for May. And here's the June divider. And there's more journal cards. And the monthly. July. And there's the weekly. And the important dates and note to self. And I did it in the Independence Day theme. There's the monthly. August's divider. The important dates. There's the monthly. And the weekly. And here's September. Important dates and note to self. And again, I have the borders here, so you punch through the borders so you don't go cutting your holes through the numbers or into the date and so forth. So be sure that if you are going to cut these, that you cut them down where the border is, so you have that border to punch your holes through. Oops, there's the weekly for September. And here's some journal cards. borders that you can use for the dividers. There's the monthly for September. And here's a file, or I mean a divider that I have not laminated yet, and I left this one so I could show you how to make it, you know, from cutting it to adding the border and laminating it and so forth. So that's why I did not laminate this one. But this is how it would look once it came out of your printer. There's the other side. Another accomplishments sheet. And the weekly. And the important dates. There's the monthly calendar. And November. There's the weekly. There's the important dates and note to self. The monthly calendar. And December. There's the weekly. Important dates. And the monthly. So there is my preview of my Floral Dreamz collection. As you can see, it's a huge collection, and if you can get the bundle pack, get the bundle pack while you can. Again, it's a limited time offer available at my online store. If you have any questions, please send me an email, and thank you so much for watching.